Hi guys, this is Sarah from Arlene's. Today I wanted to show you some new Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. We have a granulating set and a secondary set to show you. I did some tests and I wanted to show you a few things about them. Each stick is worth 3 pans of Daniel Smith watercolor, so it's a really good bargain for your money. You can use them traveling because it's a concentrated pure pigment. It's hand poured by artists for artists, as they say on the Daniel Smith website. So this color is Moon Glow. So I wanted to show you some tests using Moon Glow. First, you can do a line on dry watercolor paper. I set up some test swatches here to show you. This is a chart of the colors that I did of each set that they sent us. So you can use dry pigment. So next, after we do the dry on dry, we can do wet on wet. And then we can go back in and we can manipulate our dry on dry marks and blend the watercolor around. You can even do that on the wet as well. And you can go back in and make lots of textures and different types of effects. Whatever you want to do, it works really great, just like a regular watercolor. I'm using a couple different types of watercolor paper, cold press, Shizen, and a Fabriano. Next, we're going to apply the watercolor stick directly to the water and fill it in a plastic palette. That way you can get as much concentrated color as you prefer, and you can use your brush if you'd like to apply it directly to the paper. See how nicely that spreads out in a wash? You can use any amount of concentrated color. You can go back in and add color and do all kinds of different effects, just like you normally would with a regular watercolor diluted in a palette. Next, I wanted to show you using a wet paintbrush, using it directly on the stick and applying to paper. See how rich and dark? It's almost like it comes right out of the tube. And you can get some nice effects, and you can also blend with some water just like you normally would in a nice concentrated way. Look how pretty that flows out. And you can also go back in for texture and added marks, kind of like a crayon. That's not my favorite way, but you can definitely figure out which way works best for your technique. And then lastly, I just wanted to show you how it works with half wet and half dry, just so you can see how it blends down, kind of like I did these swatches. I did a dry mark here, and then with a wet paintbrush, I blended it down. So there's a lot of different techniques you can use to utilize the portability, the pure pigments, and the quality of Daniel Smith in a concentrated stick. We do carry these plastic carrying cases, which is great if you're going away for vacation this summer. And lastly, I wanted to show you a little drawing I did using a Copic liner on some Shizen paper, and I painted it in with watercolor sticks today before the demo. Hope to see you soon. Try them out. It's so much fun.